Hello everybody, it's Strongbull, and this week we got another shootout, showdown, or a face-off, whatever you guys want to call it. But what we do have is a Cody James against a Stetson. Let's talk about it. Stick around. Welcome back everybody, it's Strongbull, and today we're going to do a little comparison against Cody James versus Stetson. It's a 4X comparison on the Stetson versus a 5X Cody James. I was looking at both hats and I felt that the 3X Cody James, it just wouldn't be a fair matchup with the Stetson, but at the 5X level for Cody James, I feel that there are a lot more comparable, actually a lot more similarities than I thought in appearance and so on. So I said, let's go with that. And with that said, here we are. To my right, I got a Stetson 4X Buffalo. It's the Stetson Corral. You've seen it before. I've done a review on it. Feel free to check it out. I also have a playlist if you want to go through all the reviews. And I'm starting a comparison playlist as well too, where if you want to just roll through all the comparisons that are stacking up, I will be adding them in there, and then you can listen to all the comparison videos. With that said, let's continue. And on my left over here is we got a Cody James, we got a 5X, and let's get going. Let's get going with the comparison. But first, do me a favor, smash that like button if you like what you see, and if you like my content, please subscribe. It goes a long way to get me to where I'm trying to get to, so that I can continue bringing these videos to you, as I find them fun to do, and they're very informative. And at the end of the day, I just want to have data. I want to be as informative and honest and in front of you with these comparisons as possible. And with that said, you guys can then make more informed decisions about what you want to buy. On this channel, I do not like to push up anything. Everyone here knows I'm a Stetson guy, and it doesn't mean Stetson has to always win. So with that said, let's continue on, okay? I'm going to start off with the Cody James off to my left, as it has a very similar feel to the Stetson 4X Buffalo. This is what it looks like. I got it in gray. It is a 4 1/4 inch brim on this one with a self-matching hat band, and it has red rhinestones in the 3-piece buckle set, and it's got a cattleman crown. It's got a curved brim, again very similar to the Stetson. Both of these hats are curved brims. This is Stetson's version, and this is the Cody James version, and they're both cattleman crown. Keep in mind that this one's a 4X a 4-inch brim versus a 4 1/4 inch brim. So there's a 1/4 inch difference on the brims. On the inside, what we have is a black satin liner with a leather sweatband, and with the 4X Stetson, we have a brown satin liner with a brown leather sweatband. The Stetson does have a bow in the back to show the back of the hat. Not all hats have that, as the Cody James does not have one in the back. But they do have the darker sweatband, which is, I think, very nice. And it's not only colored, but it's also embossed in the leather. So long after you wear that gold paint out, you'll still be able to see the 5X in there. The Stetson Buffalo collection, unlike their San Angelo collection, also kind of looks like they branded in there. It's embossed in there. So you will see the 4X on the Stetson side, but they don't have the gold paint. This is more of that rugged look. They're both 7 1/4, and I'm going to put them on so that you can see what they look like. They're very similar in profile, and I'll start off with the Cody James. The Cody James is 7 1/4. Now I'm putting this on, and it is a 7 1/4, but boy, when I tell you, it's a snug 7 1/4, but nonetheless a 7 1/4. It does fit perfect. I love this one. It's got a nice depth to the crown. When I push it down, and the top of my head touches the bottom side of that cattleman crown, my ears are sitting just right. So this is the profile from the side. This is the profile from the front. And this is from the other side. Okay, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to put on the Stetson Corral, which is also a 7 1/4. The crown on the on the Stetson Corral, 4X here is a lot more supple than that one. Just so you know, it's a lot softer crown. We'll go over that. But this is the profile from the front, profile from the side, profile from the other side. Both these hats feel good. They feel comparable in texture and in thickness. These hats are very similar in that aspect. Also from thickness and in style. This is the Cody James all around. It is handmade, or they call it handcrafted. And they're saying that they use a fur felt blend. So this isn't a wool hat. There's some level of fur felt. I'm assuming some level of rabbit or hair in it at the 5X level. But interestingly enough, the texture and the grittiness of it is very comparable to the Buffalo collection from Stetson. They're very comparable in feel. Yet this is Buffalo felt fur, and this is what they just call fur felt. With that said, that would lead me to believe that there's more than just wool in it for them to be able to say that. Both hats seem like they're pretty good. They have the leather liner sweatbands in there, and outside of that, they both look like a pretty good hat. I felt like they could stack up. My question here is for anybody who's got any experience with the Cody James, how well do these hold up? I have not had one of these through the good weather or the bad weather or anything like that, so I can't tell you. All I can do is compare initial impressions and compare them side by side, as that's what's important to me, so that you guys can get some upfront impressions on these hats. Both of these hats run roughly in the same price range, and both of them to me feel pretty good on the head, with the exception that the Cody James is just a little snugger, but for the most part both of them feel pretty good. So ultimately it would be the style that you like, and or if you were looking for some added durability. Again, I can speak from the durability of the Stetson side, not so much from the Cody James, as I haven't had one of those long term. With that said, I do know that those Buffalo felt furs do hold up pretty good in inclement weather. Okay, so this is the comparison. This is what they look like. It's a hat that I wanted to give a little bit of coverage to, and I want you all to understand something very important, and that is that when I do these videos, I do them to make sure that you are all informed. I don't do it with the preset mindset that I'm going to give you some piece of data that I can't back up. I would never dare tell you this is a certain percentage of rabbit and this is a certain percentage of Buffalo felt fur. That's not what I'm about here. I'm about giving you what's published officially through these people, and you're not going to get that. I know there's a lot of people that are very quick to label it a hat 10%, 15%, 20% of any one thing, and the truth is just none of that carries any weight, because none of that is published, and it's not something that the major hat companies are willing to release, as it is proprietary information, and what it does is no one wants to give their trade secrets out. So we can do a lot of speculation and a lot of guessing, and we can get close, and based on hearsay we can make a lot of assumptions, and that's fine too. Whatever anybody's comfortable with. But what I will never do is give you data that I think is erroneous. Will it be from my opinion on what I'm seeing? Yes, but that's the importance of me doing the hats together. It's very easy for me to do a review on a hat, which I would call a review, but when I'm doing a comparison video, I'm doing a comparison video, and that means I have both hats in front of me. I am not gonna talk about one hat and then pit it up about my opinion of another hat that I've never owned, that I haven't seen in 6 months, or that I had a one-time bad experience with, or that I heard somebody say something about without being able to back it up. This is why I do these videos, because they're right here. I'm doing them here with you guys so that you guys can ask me whatever questions in the comments, which, by the way, I encourage very much. If you have questions, leave them in the comments so that I can answer them. I have no problem getting back to all of you. I don't care if I have to take some pictures of these and send them to you. You can email me at Strongbull Reviews, and we can talk about it there too. I do like to go out of my way to make sure everybody's informed and that you're not wasting money or spending money on something that you really don't want. I want it to match what you're looking for. In Western wear, there is no winners. There is no losers. There's simply what you like, what makes you feel good about yourself, and that's what I'm here to promote. I want you all to feel good, because if you're not feeling good in what you're wearing, and I don't care, again, like about the name brand, if you're not feeling good about yourself, so you're not feeling well, confident in what you're wearing, then what's to say? You're not really going to want to do it. You're not really going to want to get into it, and you're always going to be self-conscious. And the whole point of this is to make sure when you walk out that door, you're confident in who you are. Your face represents the feeling you have when you walk out the door wearing your favorite Western hat and wearing your favorite pair of boots. So with that said, thank you for tuning in, and know that I'm doing my best to get your back and give you everything from an honest point of view. And with that said, take care. We'll see you on the next comparison video, and thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.